What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, last week on my Instagram, I posted a lot of favorable things about Carl Froch. George Groves' performance, he redeemed himself. He looked good in the second half of that fight. He got the stoppage. He got vindication. Now, after that, I also made another statement that he's not beating Andre Ward in a rematch. However, I also told you guys that he deserves an Andre Ward rematch should he choose that fight. Now, I have no problem. Some people think I have this Bay Area bias because I live in the neck of the woods of Andre Ward. It has nothing to do with that. I don't care. That's not how I view boxing. I don't judge boxing based on that. Nonito Donaire is also from my neck of the woods, and I've been brutally honest with my level of disappointment for him. Andre Ward is just a horrible stylistic matchup for Carl Froch. Now, you guys really made me dig in the crates for this. This is me back in school when I used to live in England. I told you guys I used to live in England. Somebody, oh, Ego, you're full of shit. You never lived in England. Yeah, I did, man. I used to live in Suffolk, yeah. And yeah, I have nothing against the UK. Something I said, I guess, must have struck a chord with somebody, one of my followers from the UK. They said I always hate on people from the UK, which is false. I used to live there. It's funny to me. Let some of y'all tell it. I'm the most racist person in the YTBC. If I say something against a UK fighter, my honest opinion, I hate the whole UK. If I say something about Amir Khan, then I hate Pakistani people or people who are Muslim. If I say anything bad about Timothy Bradley or say Timothy Bradley lost to Pacquiao, then I hate black fighters. Or someone said that I give Mexican or Latino fighters too much credit and too much props. Then I had somebody say that I hate on Mexican fighters. It's funny because, again, some of you guys have selective hearing. Maybe you don't watch all the videos. I don't judge fights based on that. I don't race, gender, height, weight class. That's not how I judge a fight. I judge based on skill, what you bring to the table, what I see from you, and patterns and shit like that. And again, I guess some of you guys have selective hearing. I hate Pacquiao, according to you. And it's funny because when I make videos, I don't talk crazy about him. I don't be like, yeah, Pacquiao, suck my dick, fuck you, bitch ass, fuck. Like, I don't do that. That's y'all. Y'all the one that call people gay runner and chicken Floyd and fucking bitch ass Pacquiao and, you know what I mean, names and shit like that. I don't do that. Back to the UK. Again, I must have struck a chord and said something that somebody didn't like. But I'm giving you my honest opinion, so I want to talk about that a little bit in detail. The reason I don't think Carl Froch beats Andre Ward in a rematch is they're on different levels skill-wise. Now, Carl Froch did his thing against George Groves. He proved it wasn't a fluke. He had a brilliant stoppage in front of a packed crowd, 80,000 people, and it was spectacular. However, some people get, in my opinion, too hyped over certain wins. That's a great legacy win for Carl Froch because, again, he got vindication, proved that it wasn't a fluke, and he did his thing. But at the same time, that doesn't mean he beats Andre Ward. Andre Ward is not George Groves. Andre Ward doesn't fight like young-minded. He's very smart, very seasoned because he's been fighting for quite some time, Olympic gold. Far cry from George Groves. And I like George Groves. George Groves is he's a fun fighter, but sometimes I think he lets his emotions get the best of him and take him out of his element, take him out of his game plan, and he slowly starts to fade. In both Carl Froch fights, we've seen that. So that's why I feel Carl Froch won't beat Andre Ward. Now, when I made the statement on Instagram, I never said Carl Froch doesn't deserve it because he does. There's not many opponents for Andre Ward that people want to see. You got Carl Froch. You got him moving up to 175 facing like a Stevenson or a Kovalev. But at his immediate weight class, he's already beat pretty much everybody. A Kessler rematch doesn't really make sense for Ward. I would like to see Darrell, but Darrell's fucking MIA. And I'm not talking about the Miami Heat. And you got really no other competition. George Groves just got knocked out. Why do we want to see Andre Ward versus George Groves when he couldn't even beat Carl Froch. Who else is there for him? So Carl Froch versus Andre Ward, I would definitely watch it by all means. I think Andre Ward should take the flight to the UK and fight Carl Froch, because I've made predictions before and I've been wrong. So maybe the crowd will make Carl Froch rise. He's that type of warrior, and then he can beat Andre Ward. I just don't personally see it. I think there's a gap in terms of skill level, and it's, again, a horrible stylistic matchup for Carl Froch. Does he deserve it? Yes. But if he's trying to cash out for his last couple fights, I think far more competitive fights would be him and Chavez Jr., and even him in Triple G, because at least Triple G, we know he's a monster at 160, but we don't know if his punch will be nullified moving up to 168. That's a different ball game. Guys at 160 might not be able to take your power, but then you move up, and then you got someone with a granite chin like Carl Froch, who could dish it out and he could take it. Might be a different ball game. Similar to Adrian Broner, when he was at 130, 135, they couldn't really fuck with his power. But at 140 and 147, Carlos Molina had no problem taking his power. He didn't get knocked down or even knocked out or anything like that. So who knows what Triple G's power? I mean, I have a feeling Triple G will carry up power, but I've thought that about other people, and then they moved up and they don't look like the same fighter. So you never really know truly. But as far as the UK, nothing against Carl Froch. I just don't see him beating Andre Ward, and I told you that. And I explained myself. Another thing, this picture is Andre Ward after the Carl Froch fight, after their first fight. A week before the fight, he had a broken or fractured hand. So fighting someone with the granite chin and the fucking thick-ass skull like Carl Froch, it fucked up his hand even worse. It was already broken, and it caused immense swelling. That's what you see in this picture. So Andre Ward in the Super 6 tournament beat Carl Froch one-handed. So you mean to tell me a healthier Ward won't beat him? You know what I mean? After he's had his shoulder surgery and rehab, he looked good against Edwin Rodriguez. As far as Carl Froch fans, your only hope is that Andre Ward is not healthy, or his inactivity for ring rust has caused him to slide back a bit. Other than that, Carl Froch loses to Andre Ward in a bad stylistic matchup. If you're a diehard Carl Froch, and I really like Carl Froch, so let's be clear about that, you should be pushing for a Chavez Jr. or Triple G fight, because those are more obtainable fights. Those are great fights, and I think they're more competitive fights. So stop with this rubbish about I don't like fighters from the UK. There's tons of fighters. Lennox Lewis is a respectable former champion. There's upcoming guys like Anthony Joshua. I don't know about all the UK fighters because some of them you don't get broadcast out here and stuff like that. But I got my eyes on some people, and it's not about region and America and fucking Yanks versus British. So cut that shit out. Other than that, I'm just looking forward to Miguel Cotto and and Sergio Martinez this weekend. Let me know if you guys have any other questions about the UK or anything else. Leave me ideas of what you want me to talk about. Make sure you hit the like button. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.